is your friend. It helps in the body for B12 to be reduced so that you can function and be healthy. So many biological systems work like this. So what have we been calling something a cell in which an unfavorable reaction is driven by applying some kind of energy or current? What do we call that? Two types of cells we mentioned. One that has a favorable, it has a spontaneous reaction. A cell that has a spontaneous reaction is called what? Galvanic. And the other kind is called? Yeah. So electrolytic cell. So this is sort of the biological equivalent of an electrolytic cell where you have S-adenosyl methionine cleavage coupled to an unfavorable reaction to drive that reduction of B12 by flavonoxin. And B12 has such a low potential that there really isn't anything else that can reduce it. It has one of the lowest potentials known in a biological system. So nature said, OK, well, we're not going to make something with a lower potential to do this chemistry. We'll have something else with a higher potential, but we'll drive the reaction because it's going to be non-spontaneous. So that's how this works. So today there's a long list of topics. All of these are pretty short and basically constitute the introductory material in this unit. And we've jumped ahead to this is in chapter 16. So I really like transition metals because I am a fan of metals that are involved in biological systems. So I just thought, as part of chemistry, I just want to sort of review the kind of basic areas of chemistry for a minute. This is not in your handout, but just so you sort of think about what are all parts of chemistry. There is organic chemistry. Does anyone know what organic chemistry concerns itself with? Carbon. And then what we have known as inorganic chemistry. Anyone know what that is? Not carbon. So a lot of people who are inorganic chemists study transition metals, but it's basically other things besides carbon. And then one of the areas that I like is bio-inorganic chemistry. And these are people who study metals in biology. So people who study metals in biology, and we're also kind of referred to as, we're sort of in a club, which we call the MIB. So some of you, in Will Smith, did a disservice. People now associate this with hunting aliens, but in fact, people who are in MIB are associated with hunting for metal ions in biological cells. So this is sort of the true MIB. And in honor of this discussion today, I am wearing a T-shirt from one of our meetings. This is from the International Congress on Bioinorganic Chemistry, which we refer to as ICBIC. And you notice that the clever people who made this T-shirt used the B from the bioinorganic to make B12, which is a very popular vitamin in the bioinorganic community. So metals in biology, carbon's a good thing. Amino acids are good. I like proteins. But often when you take a metal and attach it to a protein, that protein can do really cool chemistry, really neat oxidation reduction chemistry. So here is part of the periodic table that includes many of these transition metals that we're going to be talking about. And things that are in orange here are metals that are very important biologically. Some of the things that are in gray here are metals that are used as probes or as drugs in biological systems, and some could be both. So when you add a metal to a protein, you can do cool stuff. What can you do? Well, you can split nitrogen. You learned that a triple bond of nitrogen is pretty hard to break, but metals in proteins can do it. having, you've heard of